Yeah, this is a banner. It's a banner is very simple. When a device is starting or when you're taking an access, okay, when you're taking its access, you will get some banner that if you want to tell them some information that don't change any configuration, right? Don't change any configuration on the device. If you want to tell them even before they're accessing it, you need to prepare a banner. Doing this banner, as soon as the device is given some access through telnet or SSH or whatever the thing, okay, you will see this banner. Okay, and IP, adding an IP before address. Just I told you already. Just IP address, mask, and ultimately you should no shit because router or switch by default they are shut. Okay, by default they are shut. In the sense they are switched. By giving this no shutdown, device will come up. The interface will come up. Yes, that's it. And see this is monitoring memory and images. To display current iOS version, you have to type show version, which shows you the version. And in order to display all memory locations, whatever you have in your router or device, you need to enter this command direct slash space all. If in order to display saved as our startup configuration, show startup configuration. In order to show the current running configuration, show running configuration. Saving and deleting. If you want to save your current running configuration, either you can copy running configuration to startup configuration, or else you can write this command write memory. Either you can give copy running configuration startup configuration. In the sense you are telling router that copy running configuration, whatever the memory, whatever the configuration I have in DRAM, you are telling router that whatever the configuration is saved, whatever the configuration is running at the DRAM, you copy that into NVRAM with the name of startup configuration. That is O3. Okay, that is copying, and even the write means the same. Setting a router back to factory defaults. That is, you save some configuration. Now you don't want your device to run that configuration. Very simple. Delete startup configuration, or else erase startup configuration. First, you have to delete it. That is, erase startup configuration, and then reload the router. You can either give erase startup configuration or write erase. It will delete the complete startup configuration. Then you have to reload the router. Then when it starts, then once it is restarted, it will completely start from the first. It will start behaving by default as a default router. This is to enable some password. By doing this, you are telling that if you want to give some access to the no, not the access. It is like yeah. Enable password is you are enabling some password in order not to make your device secure. You just give enable password command and then you leave whatever the thing you wanted. You will give your password. Enable secret password is it will not be. You see, if you type show run or if you have saved it, if you uh, tell router that show startup configuration, you can see the password in plain format. It will be in plain format. Yeah, this is the command enable password, and you give your password for suppose thing that 1234. Okay, now you give your password. Now you told show run. Now you give a command show running configuration or show startup configuration. It will show you that a password is enabled, right? And it will also show you the password 1234. For somehow some fellow got the access of the device and now he wants to know your password. He will just uh, tell the device to show running configuration. He will come to know your what is your password. What will secret do is it will encrypt it. It will not show as it is. Your password is 1234, right? It will be encrypted in some other manner. He cannot understand. Yeah, console. I told you in order to take console, you need to plug in the console port, and you need to take the console, right? Right. If you want to enable some password to it to console, that if anyone is taking the console access of your device, if he must be the person who is the genuine one. At that time, you will set a password to it, password, and you will tell this password only to the people. You will set this password only to the people who think they can access it, who will think you will who you think he is a genuine one. To them only you will give this password. Then whenever he takes the console, he should enter that password whatever you told. Then only he can take the console. Usually at in the earlier case we done for console. Now we'll do for telnet. Line video is a virtual terminal. Whatever the telnet you are doing or whatever the SSH you are doing, actually it goes through virtual terminal, not the physical, the virtual terminal. It is a virtual link. Okay. Now you are setting password for the whole virtual link. If someone is taking telnet ultimately it goes to the virtual. Ultimately, it is done through the virtual terminal. Now, if someone simple thing that you enable password for your console, the attacker knows that you have set some password for the console. Okay. Now we can do the telnet. Okay. Now we can do the telnet, right? You can take the access to the telnet also. In order to avoid that, you will enable some password for the virtual terminal. Where if he enters the correct password, then only he can get the access of the device, telnet access of the device. And here you are telling that go to virtual terminal configuration mode. Then you are telling set this password, and the password whichever you are giving it will be set it down. And you're telling device that you need to prompt the fellow who is accessing the device. You need to prompt him when he's accessing the device. You need to prompt him to enter the password. Okay, login means that. Login means that you are telling the device that you have to prompt him for the login to enter the password, and whatever the password he entered, you should check for the one I entered. That is the password. And you can do another thing also, that is instead of directly just giving the password, you can give username. You can give some privilege to it. Privilege will discuss it, and you directly can give some password and the password. And now you went for line VTY, virtual terminal, and you told login local. That means you are telling router that you need to prompt the fellow who is accessing. You need to prompt for username and password, and whatever the credentials he entered, you should search in, you should match them for the local database. Lab. Okay, so that is the meaning of login local. Login local says router that you need to prompt him for the username and password. Whatever the credentials he entered, you should match them in the local database. Okay, local database. Where you in the local database, whatever the username you give, whatever the password you give, it will be saved in the local database. Done?